Okay, so it is 9:32 and I'm calling the meeting of the Council on Aging to order. This meeting will be recorded. So let's start the ended here. Start the roll call. Elaine? Linda? Linda, Paul Bruns, Carol Bruns, Lockhart, Carol Gill, Beverly Hobbs, Dorothy Burrett, Monica. Okay, did everyone have a chance to look at the minutes from August?
Because the meeting can't count because the town didn't get notice ahead of time. So
No, that was the previous month. But the last month we voted on,
September.
in September, we voted on the acceptance of everything that was messed up in August.
Yeah.
So
So
now
that's
we need to vote on
Yeah, right.
the previous month. Yeah. So we just need to vote on accepting the minutes that have the acceptance of the previous month.
I make the most to pay stuff for the
Perfect, thank you. Second. All in favor? Anyone opposed? Okay, that is moved. So the next is Dorothy's update.
Yep. Now we gotta do September. We gotta do September.
Oh, okay, so then vote to accept the September meeting, the September minute. Do I have a second? Okay, anyone, all in favor? Anyone opposed? Okay, that is accepted. And can you add Mary Ann to the here? Yeah. That was stuff for her.
Stand out.
Okay.
Oh, but you know what? This is the second page. Can you just pass that along? Thank you.
Okay. So, would you like to start
Yeah.
your update?
Yep, sure. So again, September 24 versus 25. So we are 40%, 48% increase in frequency totals served, duplicated counts. Individuals were up, which is great. I think it's always good when we find more people, right? It's great that we're serving people a lot that are already here, but it's great to get new clients. Fitness, oh my God, 96% increase in frequency, which makes sense, right? Now we've got the library, we've got everything here, and then we added everything's just kind of bigger. Yeah. And we're still increasing in different individuals served, which is great. Food tends to be flat. It'll be interesting to see what happens, right, with everything in the current climate, if that shifts or changes at all. And transportation, 72% increase. So we're still kind of flat with the amount of people, but it seems like those are the people in need and they're needing more and more and more because they're more frail, they have more health issues. So that's kind of the trends we're seeing.
Just 30 under medical, 36 unduplicated people.
36 individuals, correct.
Unduplicated.
Yep, individually, unduplicated.
And short to the flat that includes what are all the programs you're including in that? The lunches, the family table, like what are
This is meals.
the meals that are
Yeah,
ready?
yeah, exactly, yeah. And the grab and goes. So any kind of real meals happening, yep. So update now, this is on everybody's mind. If you look in your packet, I apologize, the second page got left off, but it's the right before my report, it's the second to last page. So this is kind of the contingency plan right now. I will pass around this resource guide. I didn't make copies for everybody. I hate wasting paper. So those are some of the written materials. Yeah. So this is the information that we do have. In addition to that, I'd like to put together kind of like a one sheet for COA centric, right? Like we have meals on like just list out everything that we offer here on a local level. And those will just be available for people, in the community. But, we do meal delivery twice a week. We have groceries twice a month. We have grab and go twice a month. We have an on-site food pantry. We offer a once a month congregate lunch. We're working on Thanksgiving baskets that'll be distributed. And thank you to the friends. They gave us $500 towards paper goods. So we just bought a whole bunch. So those Thanksgiving baskets will also include paper goods, paper towels, tissues, and toilet paper. And then once we kind of go through that cycle, we'll see where we're at for the next. We'll see where SNAP, it's kind of a work in progress to see where there's holes and where people need it. Also, Family Table Collaborative is going to be giving us Thanksgiving meals that will be part of our regular weekly distribution. They are also distributing up at the Elks on Wednesday. I don't have all the 100% details, so that will also be another resource for our Outer Cape community. Let's see.
Can I just ask, those
Yeah.
are turkey and fixings, or are they just a meal?
It's usually a Thanksgiving meal, but I have to confirm everything. This is a new location that they're distributing from, so that it's kind of like minute to minute.
Usually they do it in Diana.
So they do. They have that Bass River. That
Right.
it's
But they
I
go to
forget
the-
the restaurant,
the
and then
Center in
Yeah.
Diana's the activity center. They
Oh,
just
okay. I didn't know they did it there as well. So it's awesome. They're really seeing us out here, and they're trying to partner with us more. I've talked to the gentleman who's in charge of all the distribution of food, and we're trying to figure out how we can work even more together and do bigger and better things.
So
There's
like Wellfleet could come to that, or people from Orleans could come to the Elks distribution, right? Kind of for the lower.
it's not just Eastham or COA specific.
Yeah.
It's their
all
total
families, right?
community distribution.
Dorothy, are they handling signing people up? Like, how are people?
They don't know any of the details. All I know is that they're doing it on Wednesday. As far as I know, it's a Thanksgiving meal. But as soon as I firm up, you guys will be the first to know, because I know you have people that you work with on a day, at the pantry and everything. And I think that you don't actually sign up or register. I believe you just show up. That's typically how theirs works, as far as I know. But as soon as I've got everything in black and white, I can just,
You can
everybody.
follow family table collaborative.
Yeah,
on
that's
Facebook.
true too, yeah. I have,
Right.
I better start following
the people.
No, but you'll be first.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Maybe there's info on there now. I don't follow them. I have to look up things for that. But yeah, they're awesome. I think they're just trying to do more and more and more. And, I think, everybody is in the same boat, whether you're volunteer or staff, or like, there's just not enough people for the demand of everything that's happening in our world today. So, let's see. We also have additional meal programs in November or December. Like, we have our holiday luncheon, we have the Eastham Elementary. Like, there's just by happenstance, right? We have some extra things because it's the holidays. We're kind of, we do a little extra. So I think that'll be nice. And then as we kind of see what's happening, we may come to the friends and say, hey, can we get $50, $25 food cards? Or, as we kind of gauge how bad this is and how extreme it's going to be and what our clients are doing and where they're at, we may approach the friends for some funding for that. Yeah, which we talked about a little bit. I know Maura Healy was trying to kind of push things along and try to support. I mean, they're not going to be able to do everything, right, to the magnitude that is happening now. But I'm kind of like, I'm doing this. I don't want to panic. I think November and December is good because it's hot. Like, there's already plans in place, not just with us, right, across the board. But January is really, that's of concern to me based on what happens now. So we're going to do outreach. We're going to do some email blasts. We'll have printed materials here available. Cindy kind of has the list of people that she knows, are going to be impacted by this. So we'll do some personal outreach based on their level of need. Yeah.
Can we ask people who come here who aren't in need that probably can afford to,
So that's part of
I
the
didn't
plan to, actually create
there's
a
people
donation.
box here so you
Yep.
can keep your thing filled and everything?
Yeah, so that's on here as well.
Oh, I
As part of the
didn't
plan.
see it.
Yeah, it might be on page 2. Yeah, it's on page 2.
Oh, sorry.
Donation drive if needed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think we should do that anyway.
yeah.
I would also like to ask Joan and Paula, since they have a lot of experience down in the food stuff, if they could recommend, like, I read that cans weren't great to give out because they could be difficult for people to open. Or if they had recommendations of what would be good to donate, like what specific items are very quick to get picked up. So if you guys could give us a list perhaps of, or just voice recommend, just with your voices.
You want us to tell you now, or
Sure.
we do it some other time? Cereal, breakfast cereal for kids.
Not huge boxes. Regular.
So we're
types of
still the
cereal?
COA, right? So we're, yes, we love families, but we're serving our population. We can't triage the entire community. There's tons of resources for everyone, right? But cereal,
Well, I'm telling you things that anybody, seniors or.
okay, perfect.
So if you want to collect that here and give it out here, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm telling you popular
But cereal like
items.
total.
Our cereal, hearty soups, you know, the progressive.
And cans are okay, did you say?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of them are the cans.
Chops are great. Most people,
Yeah.
you know,
They
don't
figure it
have cans. Yeah, meals like, chili's good, or,
What did you say?
chili or corned beef hash, or things that are like meals in a can are good for people. Tuna fish is always popular.
Peanut butter. Instant coffee.
And
You
so,
what? Instant coffee. People still use that, huh?
yeah,
Apparently.
we go through a lot of it, yeah.
Well, it's easy.
So probably both to get.
Just for the pantry itself, we don't always know what we're gonna get from Greater Boston. Food
Right.
Pantry. So cash is king, because if we don't get eggs, Joan can go buy eggs and peach eggs, or if we don't get, so we can be a lot more responsive.
Yeah.
And you all, of course, know.
We can't collect cash here. We're talking about
Right.
just like.
Okay.
You would
Okay,
Could I collect a gift card?
No, I don't want to get
Really?
into.
yeah, because then you have to police it.
Yeah.
But the friends could put it on the website, and if we could direct people to the website.
So I think
to
the
do cash.
The best course of action would be, if we find we need gift cards, we would approach the friends. We would distribute them as part of a Friends initiative and supported by that. But I don't want to collect gift cards and like, people are just dropping stuff. I can't keep an eye on that all the time. You know what I mean?
Get it. And
Yeah.
I'm speaking more generically, anybody in this room who speak,
But
you know, is
to,
asked
but
by
to
someone.
Karen's point, people could donate on the Friends website and say, I want to earmark this specifically for these
Yeah.
donations, right?
Linda?
So as a community member, not as a board representative, I approached my hit group yesterday. And a lot of people nodding. I don't think they were aware of the food pantry. So I told them about the food pantry. I said, food insecurity can be very invisible. If you have people in your community people with kids, I mean, there are older people here, but there are neighbors. Approach them on a one-to-one basis, that the food pantry isn't going to ask for a bunch of documentation. You're going to walk in, they're going to take your information, they're going to give you food. And also, I reminded them about the boxes, which many of them did know the box at the library, that they can put food in there. And I'm going to remind them. And I also asked Jim if he could just sort of mention it at the sit and fit about the food pantry. And he didn't know anything about it either. He just knows about the one in Orleans. So I told him where it was. And Cindy, I brought in copies of the hours of the different food pantries. And I talked to Cindy about it this morning because that's her thing. And she printed up copies in there by the sign-in.
Okay, and I read this morning in the newspaper that Maura Healy declined to give the money for SNAP benefits.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she said that she didn't feel that the money was available.
Wow. I did not see that yet.
Yeah.
She's
Don't
saying
need
that right now. I don't think anybody
Well,
wants to commit.
nobody wants to, yeah.
Nobody wants to
show their
commit before the beginning of November.
Yeah.
It's savage.
I understand, but
Yeah, she may be playing the game.
I
don't
think
know.
there's a lot of, yeah.
Like,
That's it.
There is, there's
That was already available right now.
there
They're
is,
not
right,
releasing.
and that's the
Probably
whole
trying to
thing.
enforce it.
Yeah, everybody knows that that funding does exist for situations for a shutdown, right? And I think,
Yeah.
you know, everybody's doing this, right? So,
We can let it play out a little bit, because everybody's calling everybody's bluff right now.
yeah, so I don't wanna go into panic mode. I think we have, fortunately, we have, this is a big priority of ours, right? Beyond this. So we have so many systems already in place to help people. I mean, tongue in cheek, it's easy for us to do. You know what I mean? It's just making sure they know to come to us if we don't know about them, right? So,
So I would just suggest that we do refer more people to the Eastham Food Pantry. Because we have fresh produce, we have meats, we have fish, we have dairy items, we have a full complement of food. We serve about 30% of our clients today are seniors in town.
Yeah.
So we are already serving this population. So yes, we can have another pantry here with, you know, something, but, you know, if we have less places with more food access, I think in a lot of ways that's helpful.
Yeah.
So I would really suggest you refer people to us.
Right.
Because when they come in, they get, I mean, way better than the family pantry at Cape Cod, you know.
Sure.
The fresh produce we have is amazing. And the freezer is stocked with chicken, with pork loins, with, you know, hamburgers, and, you know, I mean, a full fish, chowders. I mean, we really have a lot of food that's more than just canned goods and packaged goods.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
But going back to packaged goods, there are a couple other things I put on the list. Teas, you don't get tea from the tea, dry tea. Cookies and crackers, you know, they don't get any of that from our pantry. And you know, what senior doesn't like a cup of tea and a cup of cookies in the afternoon, right? So,
What about toothpaste and stuff like that?
yeah.
Personal hygiene,
Yeah.
But like for my, you'd rather have a check from $25 than for me to go shopping with $25.
Because from the bank, we're buying at pennies on the dollar, right?
Okay.
So a can of corn might cost us 20 cents. It's gonna cost you $1.29 in the city.
so you're gonna maximize.
So, but
okay.
there are things we can't get from the food pantry, from Greater Boston Food Bank.
Like the things you just
I
listed.
mentioned, right.
How about like Band-Aids? People always want to take Band-Aids, especially our seniors, always wanting Band-Aids. Never have them. And they're expensive, I
Well, do
think.
we have that downstairs at all? You know, your personal hygiene area is pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we have any Band-Aids in stock, but we do.
Yeah, because we refer some of our seniors back to you,
Yeah.
like Japan.
Sure, oh, yeah, that's a big,
We have a ton downstairs.
yeah.
We have a small supply at the pantry, but
Yeah.
we don't have room to stock a lot of that.
And they go. I mean,
They do, those, same here, I mean, they're so expensive and, you know, you go through them quickly, so.
But going to the pantry can normalize getting food. I mean, yes, but you can shop. I mean, I volunteered there for a short time. You can pick out your own produce. You can pick out your own canned goods. So rather than somebody giving you something they don't want, you can get something.
Yeah.
It's just,
Like the brown
it feels
bag
better.
The brown bag items end up back in the library drop off
Yeah.
every week,
Yeah.
you know?
Which is a shame, you know, it's like they really should, reevaluate that program because that's just the way.
Yeah, I mean, it just is extra work because we pick them up and put them back on our shelf. But
Right.
what's in? Oh, usually a bag of rice, a jar of peanut butter, some
High sodium to like.
Yeah.
Brown bag.
We do brown bags. We do. Yeah.
It comes from the family pantry.
No, brown bag is actually, Boston Food Bank.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, same thing though.
Yeah.
But they just package it.
Yeah, and then they have some fresh produce, there's some 3 or 4 different items each month, but then there's just those staples that, you know.
Does the Greater Boston Food Bank deliver to you here?
Yeah.
Oh.
They
Does it
do.
come from that? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought
it's a volunteer, it's wherever their outlet is here, you know, somebody comes local and.
Pantry. That's where
Yeah.
Boston Food Bank drops off.
Yeah,
And then
so-
places like our pantry goes there to pick it up for.
yeah,
Yeah.
but no, a volunteer comes, not the actual
Yeah.
organization. It's coming from that.
One thing most people don't even think of, we have 500 that's all, pets, dogs.
Mm.
And if anybody can get in touch with the Eastham Dog Association or, pets to turn around, because that stuff is expensive, whether it's cats, dogs, everything.
Mm.
I mean,
The town animal control person, I think, started a place
Yeah,
to pick up.
We
food, but
refer,
I'm not
we
sure.
refer people.
Okay, she left though, so I'm not sure where that program is.
And we do get donations of that entry, not a lot, but we do.
So interesting number 2, from Elder Services, regular benefit amounts issued in October 2024. This is what the stat is. 103 households in Eastham were on SNAP, and that's just 60 years and older. So I thought it would be more,
Well,
honestly.
you
So
might-
that's good news, bad news, I guess.
It's done by zip code. And only one zip code is evaluated in the town of Eastham. And that's why the number is off. We have 2 zip codes.
How do you know that, Paula?
Because I read about it yesterday.
Oh, really? What
Yeah.
is that? I'd like to read that.
Yeah.
yeah, the mailbox, you have a
It's-
different zip code than it.
If you have a PO box of a different zip code.
Yeah,
I mean,
because I
the
thought that was
valuation-
pretty low.
Yeah, that's why it's low. I kind of find it.
Yeah, if you can send it to me, I'd like to read on that, because they didn't tell me that.
Well, then, I was gonna say 026 for 2, like, that's everybody's zip code.
Yeah.
It's not, but-
Well, yeah, because
It's by zip code, it's just not their necessarily their mailing address, but their taxes are all.
Oh, right.
yeah.
Oh, this.
Yeah, would you
gotta
just-
dig.
yeah,
I
we
gotta
give us
dig,
that.
because this article was stating that in many towns, particularly, I was looking at the Cape County.
Mhm.
I'll find it. I'll
Yeah,
dig,
just
but
if you can share it at some point, I would just like to dive into that a little bit more.
Elder Services Meals on Wheels, how many meals are being delivered?
No,
2 people, just be.
yeah, I don't think a ton. Honestly, it's really, people don't, I know, yeah,
Okay,
they
so-
really don't care for it, unfortunately. I mean, they may change their minds in the next couple weeks, but.
Okay, I found the source.
Yeah.
It's from the Kids Count Data Center, which is a well-recognized group that tracks the efficiency.
Yeah,
Small town data is often suppressed. As an example, for zip code 02642, data may be masked if counts are below a certain threshold. So in other words, because we're a small town to begin with, we may not be gathering already. So,
so ask Elder Services and ask them specifically, like, what is this based on, right? Because I'm.
Elder Services knew that number?
This number is from Elder Services, the 103, yeah. They sent a whole report on the entire state.
They were passing it on from somebody else, because I don't know how they would know. It's
Right.
not data.
Right, so somebody's, obviously, it's from the
And one thing
federal
about
source.
the elder services that came up, they definitely said Meals on Wheels cannot pick up.
no, because they're kind of.
Yeah, I mean, they're,
Generally,
they went down and they're dead, it's just not.
and they even have, like 57 people right now waiting still on Meals on Wheels.
Really?
That number is that.
57.
Because everything, so. So I feel like, long and the short, I think we're in a good place. I'm hoping, again, I'm with you, Karen, like, things will kind of shake out. But at least for November, December, we've got a whole bunch of stuff in place and ready to go. And we're just gonna kind of, 2 weeks, see what's going on.
I just kind of pushing this a little bit, this donation drive if needed.
Mhm.
And I know what you say, Joan, about getting people to go to you, but I think there are people who come here that won't go to the church. Oh, a variety of them.
Do you want to spearhead it?
Uh,
No, I mean, you're really passionate about it, like, let's get it going, right? Somebody can manage it and like,
What do you suggest?
for the food drive.
Well, what I'm suggesting that we don't wait till it's needed, we're entering the season of giving, right? Thanksgiving, we're grateful.
Yeah.
Holidays, we share with others. And if we targeted just a couple of things, call it toilet paper, maybe not the canned goods. We have exercise classes. I mean, for our community, coffee on what, Monday? We're asking everybody to bring 1 or 2 items to donate to the food bank, to the food bank. And I think we could just pick a week or something and say, I don't know, whatever, bring a package of paper towel or bring a bar of soap, because we're collecting for the downstairs thing, if there's something you really wanted. I just think to get, is this a moment we should catch?
Maybe do it now before it gets
Yeah. I don't know, but if it's too much for what everything else you guys are doing,
I think it'd be great. if People wanted to kind of pull it together and
I am also
make it
aware,
happen.
and I don't have any details, that the town is looking to do some sort of food drive.
they are
Yes, I don't have all the
through
details.
the health department.
Yes.
They do a lot of food stuff.
Right, right, they're stocking up the fridge more. I just had a very brief conversation yesterday with people about it at, another event. And so I think it's important to coordinate because,
Well, I mean, we are who we are here, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I think getting week to week and saying we're doing toilet paper this, like that's gonna be too much for us.
No,
honestly.
just one
We
week.
just send an
thing.
email out and just say between the months of November and December, why just a week?
Okay.
Like we
Just
can
trying
have
to keep
things
it simple.
coming in and out.
Time because everybody is saying,
Yeah.
go get rid of. the
And I know
holidays or
Cindy's
thinking
gonna-
about.
Yeah, Cindy's gonna be also reaching out to Family Pantry to get just some more staple items like peanut butter, a couple more things like that. So we'll have those available. But yeah,
Yeah, maybe you don't need them. I mean, maybe you have more than I realized.
Or maybe keeping it
We
to supply,
don't. We
like
could-
Band-Aids and stuff like that.
I don't want to limit what people want to bring.
Okay.
I want to encourage them to bring things. Yes,
We
like
could list things.
we can just do a list of like these are the
Most
things
appreciated.
most appreciated. But thank you for anything.
As
you
long
do.
as they're within date, because I
Yeah.
have to tell you, every time there's a drive, people clean out their closets,
Oh,
their
yeah.
cabinets, all expired.
Yeah.
And then we have to throw it all away.
Yeah.
And I mean, we empty jars, and we have to recycle, and we have to empty cans, and
Oh,
get the can in the next. So it has to be within date.
Third, can you put a notice when you check in that there is a need? for food?
Like a little
Some
reminder,
kind of
yeah.
a Reminder, because every person who checks in will see it.
Yeah,
That's a good
And you
idea.
have a box right there and say, the next time you come.
Yeah, perfect.
So keep it simple like that.
Stop shopping.
Yeah, just really, again, like,
Informal, but
right.
it's there.
And then we can have a list of coveted items and not expired, we'll say it in a nice way, not expired, and then the list that you guys just gave us, and then easy breezy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will own the HIT classes. I go to HIT classes 3 times a week. There are 30 to 40 people who I think most of them can afford to make a donation. We will have boxes there. My husband has a big old pickup truck. And at the end of the week, we will take the food. I still have a key to the pantry.
Oh, no, I thought it was for here.
Well,
Sorry,
Which-
you're
which is-
saying it's from here.
Yeah, here, and then if we have access, we can bring it over, absolutely, let's
Or
do
do
it
it
where
when
we
we
land.
check and see if it's here.
I just want to make sure there's some people who aren't going to come to the church.
yeah, but we also need to take care. I know we're all old, but we all have grandkids. We all have the single mom with 3 children that is living in a
So,
hotel
yeah,
room.
I have to put my foot down.
no,
because
I will do whatever the board
We
decides.
cannot triage the entire outer cape. I can't. We just don't have the bandwidth. Yes, I'm with you.
Tell you the children's.
And I was just gonna say that there are so many local level organizations, you guys, that are supporting. We're really in a good community for this kind of stuff.
And the food
Um,
banks, Stop and Shop.
Yeah, the
Saturday,
art entry is
the
doing.
library.
And there are sources and resources, if somebody came in here desperate, of course, I'll give them a bag of food, you know what I mean? But we have to focus on our demographic and our population and support our members, right? And the Children's Place, they're focused on that community. they're not supporting, I mean, they probably are grandparents, you know, different story, but you understand what I'm saying, like,
So I will amend my offer.
we gotta
I
stay in our lane.
I will amend
Stay
my
in our lane.
offer, and that I will approach the hit group when he knows. I will approach the hit group. If you can get a list that will post out, I'm not gonna go through.
I'll take care of everything on
And,
my end. I will
but I will
put
talk
together
to
a
them,
list.
and I will have boxes there and help with the-
She's gonna take care of the boxes and everything.
Okay.
We got it. We got it.
Okay,
We're
I
gonna
will
keep
just
it
leave
really
voice.
simple, and there'll be a list.
Bring it downstairs. We're gonna bring it down to the pantry.
I will be
Monica,
voice
do
that.
you have something?
Oh, no, I was just gonna say, in addition to the children's place, I can tell you that all the schools do
Right.
food drives too.
Yeah.
Elementary, middle, and high school, so they'll all be doing that, and
There's gonna be a ton of support for everybody here, right? And there already is, you know, because a lot of people are already struggling, so,
I'm just gonna offer an out of the box idea here, and Joan and I probably should talk about it. How about, we have a representative from the food pantry here on certain days, able to sit and talk and explain because the qualification process for a lot of people seems daunting, and it really isn't.
yeah,
It happens in 2 minutes.
sure.
They have to be under a certain income. We need to gather information about how many people are in their household, and their age. Obviously, we track seniors versus and veterans and fishermen. There's all sorts of things that we need to track. But, you know, I'm happy to come sit here and, talk, just sit
Can you
here.
do actual intakes here? Could we do it that way? So I would be open to anybody who wanted to do that coming here, right? Not just seniors, because we do that for fuel assistance, right?
Nice.
So I,
would open it just to seniors because I think.
but I'm saying, if a family came in and said, you know, I went there and they can, you know, that's okay to me because we do it for fuel assistance. It's just resources and like outreach and, you know, all these other things. So that'd be great. I mean, we can put that, with our food pantry. Do you want to pick a day and a time?
Well, what works? I mean,
Or could you do it at like a luncheon? And
yeah, and just sit off in a room somewhere. and
yeah,
I will.
I think better one-on-one, because I think, you know,
yeah.
yeah,
No, I'm
No, but I
thinking she'd be
could
here
just
during a
stand
luncheon and somebody say,
Copy
if
of
anybody wants to sign up, Paula is.
Because I will tell you, the first round of luncheons that I did way back, I think we gained six distinct clients just from my making some comments at the tables. I mean, if there's a better time to do it, then I'll work around it. But I
Yeah,
just
I'm
think,
thinking just a separate one.
yeah, I'm thinking like we do with sign appointments or, you know, any of those things, when we have somebody just available, you can do it as a drop-in or an appointment, whatever your preference is. Drop-in.
Well, she's doing it.
yeah, I mean, I just say drop in and like
How
next
about
week. I mean,
the-
I think people, it's top of mind right now. Some people may or may not need it later, but I just think making it,
Well, not necessarily if you want to sign up for it, but if you want to get more information.
or even contrasting and comparing Cindy's list of the most vulnerable and make, you know, talking to them and say, hey, we have somebody here, would you like to come and talk to them? If you've already done 99% of the, and you know who these people are. And I don't know what the number is of those people, but you know, why don't we start with them?
She can't really share that.
No, yeah,
That's.
this has got to be people have to just come and have.
She can share it with the client though.
She can share it with the client.
Right, and that
Yeah.
person,
Or you
does
can
she
send
have
them
a
an
way to
email
do like?
blast.
I mean, yeah, I think it's just best to general, like, you know, we'll put it into this food pantry, right, donation. So, hey, we're doing this, right? For those in need, we'll have this available as well, and maybe it's all just one message together. And you can get more information and or register on X day, right? With you. How are Mondays for you? Because the library is open on Mondays.
Like this coming Monday?
I think that'd be pretty soon. I mean, I wanna message it and I want, I feel like we're very reactive in this group, which is like good and bad, but like everybody's like, go, 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 go. And it's like, we really have to be thoughtful
Right.
and try to promote it. And
do you want?
I don't wanna waste your time.
More, I mean, I just think,
No, I think we can pick a date, just not next week.
well,
you know?
next, okay, to the tenth, the library is booked.
Right,
Book club.
right. So we
Um,
could do the 17th or the 24th, or both if you want to do 2 weeks in a row, because the
what do you
holidays
think,
are.
June 17th? Okay. All right, so you want me to commit to Monday?
Yeah, and if I can join you, I will.
Okay, what's a good time?
So November 17th, let's say 10 a.m. Does that work? Because then it's not too early.
One more idea.
Maybe Paula.
Can I just ask one more question before I said, should I coordinate with Cindy about reaching out to those most?
No,
vulnerable?
I'll take care of it.
Okay, thank you.
So you're gonna just, gather food here.
Yeah.
And I heard what Joan said, that she's better off getting money. How can we have, what you have, an envelope available here that says in lieu of a canned donation, you're donating to the and have it dropped in here.
It would have to be donated to the friends and
But could we
earmarked
do something like that
specifically
and
for
get
that.
Funds specifically.
I mean, obviously, we'd like help any way we can get it.
So the way it would have to work is donations they come to the friends collect all those donations, and then they write a check to the food pantry.
Right, because a lot of people will make say, I don't wanna bring in 10 cans or something. I'd rather put $10 in an envelope that says this is earmarked for the Friends Food Pantry Drive. And drop it in the box, and the same box we use for the exercise programs, and Mary Carnes would have a sub account that would say, this is money.
Or alternately, if we wanted to keep it here at the
It
COA,
could be a COA,
we could
whatever.
say in lieu of a, canned goods donation, put money here that will be donated to the friends to be used to buy gift cards
Whatever
for
way you wanna do it.
seniors.
I'm just throwing out an idea.
The thing is that if you're qualifying for it, but how about the federal workers now when they're not having paychecks?
Well, if they
I
have,
can't fix everything, Carol.
if they have zero income, they serve them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't, and we're very lenient on how.
Yeah.
So how about support the Eastham? Something.
These,
We can talk.
See, yeah.
Mary could make it an envelope that says FECOA food drive.
Yeah.
Donate here, something like that for my.
Then you guys can figure out as a board how you allocate the money, right?
With that black box?
Why not? We have an envelope that Dorothy and Mary developed for donations or new memberships or renewals. Why not have a new envelope that's specific, it's because of this, especially this crisis, that says it's for the food. I don't.
All right, so one food drive.
So it'll be in that black box.
We have it right there when you check in, we'll say, it's the envelope, so if you don't wanna bring in cans.
So I will be talking.
Yeah, you can throw $10, $20, $100, we'll take whatever you wanna do.
Or write a check.
Or write a check.
We should use an envelope, those.
Yes, we don't. Exactly. Exactly. Has to be specific in that envelope and seal. And Mary Carmen would know, and I have to talk to Mary.
So one food drive.
One thing.
Yeah.
We're gonna handle that here.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Two is donations to the friends, monetary, right? And Karen will talk to Mary. And then, what was the third thing we said? Oh, and the sign up. And then Paula on the 17th, 10 a.m. and drop in, and let's see how it goes, right? And then we'll go from there. I'm gonna create two things, how you can help, right?
Yep.
And a resources guide
Yep.
or sheet of all our local level COA pantry, all these things in this area. So we'll have two different things. We'll send an e-blast, we'll do some social media posts, and I love your idea about the check-in, yep. So,
Workshop, round and go. Go is 99 cents, even 1 penny, whatever, $1.
well, that'll be up to the friends, how they wanna handle, donations there. If they want to say,
Can't have those same envelopes available there, but I have to run by those.
But they all should probably be easier than rounding it up.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
That-
More
I'm just
accounting,
saying,
accounting,
from
rounding
a
it.
accounting point of view, yeah, we don't wanna make it complicated, but you could have those envelopes available, that's great.
that's, yeah, up to you guys. Yeah, I mean, I think that, I don't think it's a big deal as long as they have something locked and secure. And I'm not sure if
They
they'll
don't
feel
like to
comfortable.
take in our money. Right there, right, they've got enough on their plate.
Yeah, so.
But
The other thought is, the other simple thing could be, for the month of November or through the end of the year, all money collected will go towards this cause, right? That's an easy way to do it, but that's up to you guys, however you want to do that.
we don't.
That's yours. Okay, okay, so I think we're good? Sure.
John and I are in the process of planning an open house at the food pantry, specific to all the employees from here. To come in, come and see how we qualify people. Have you seen the forms that we use to qualify people? No? So just to come in, sort of acquaint yourselves, we're inviting all the, fire department, police department, board of health.
That's a cool idea.
Bring the friends. We will add the friends to the list, absolutely.
Library?
Yes.
Yeah, seeing what we have, I mean, you will be impressed at the, give out.
Clergy?
Great idea.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the natural gatekeepers, right? How, the social service agency?
Get in touch with her,
Right, so it'll be just like a 4-hour day of
drop in.
drop-in. 5 minutes tour, look at what we do, look at the resources that we use. How it all goes. It's interesting.
Great.
Okay.
You all set?
What do you think of it?
Perfect. Yeah, I think it's the best idea I've heard in years.
Oh, really? Yeah.
No, it's a wonderful idea.
Yeah, I just
We
think
will
it's-
advocate it more strongly.
yeah, well, people are gonna ask all of us questions because of what we do.
Yep.
So,
So just a couple quick updates. Furniture, I have to get my 3 bids because I have to get all the bids. So we've got a chair picked out. The tables are a thing. I'm not finding what I like, so we're working towards that still. Do you have questions? Is there something specific you wanted to know?
No, I just know, like for myself, there's things I want to do and it can just go on forever.
Yeah.
Since I just don't know, is there a timeline at some point? Do we just do something or
Which furniture is this?
Just in the main hall.
the main home?
Yeah.
It's just, I know it's just been going on, so I
Yeah.
was just wondering where we were at with it.
We have a chair picked out. I'm not loving the table option. Bring that, and I just need 2 other bids for that specific chair. And then it's really expensive. It's all really expensive. Like everything, like the tables are ridiculous.
have you looked at the kind of the library uses in there?
Yeah, that's what we're looking at.
Yeah.
So I was able to successfully find like the 6-footers. They're great. They flip. But for whatever reason, the round ones are really bizarre and they go this way and they take up this much space. And it's just like, so we might ultimately end up with the same. I was trying to avoid the same situation with the thing and you roll it, but
But the styrene ones or whatever that are much lighter.
they'll be lighter. Yeah, it'll be better than this. And then the chairs we chose, they're like $200 a pop. Everything's really expensive, so. For a chair. For a chair.
Tables are even more.
Oh my God, it's like ridiculous, so.
And they're not cloth
Yeah.
chairs, are they?
No,
No.
do you wanna see the chair underneath, so?
Everything's gone through the roof.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, it's kind of like septic. The longer we wait, the more it's gonna get.
Exactly.
Prices are gonna go down.
Exactly.
And within me too.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, now then there's tariffs and everything now.
It's
Yes, it'll be.
I wanted to get some medication from the vet, and it's going, they can't get it.
Oh, nice. It doesn't look really comfortable and you sit in it and this pretty color. So that's the, they do offer a cushion, but I'm not we want wipeable. But, the arm is really comfy, so you guys can take a spin in it.
I had a sit and fit class, tried it out.
I'm not gonna have everybody try it out. I'm trying it out. A couple of other people try it out that I thought, but we're not gonna please everybody.
But the sit and fit. They use the handles because they do these arm raises. That's one of the exercises. They're gonna have to sit on the edge, which is gonna be.
So I have arms and armless choices. Yeah. So we will,
I mean, just because I know from going to.
yeah, so I have to figure out the quantity, but also on the flip side, when you're not exercising and you're at a luncheon, it's really helpful. Yeah, so we have to figure out what that magic number is. So I almost think like maybe 50 armless would probably cover us for exercise. Yeah, yeah.
But it's growing.
It's growing. I mean, we can only fit so many in there, but somewhere around that number and then do the rest with the arms.
I think they're really looking.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. I just need 2 more bids. You know, and then I have to do, I know. And the tables I'm really, really struggling with because I really wanted something like not to hold, but we're gonna, right? It's weird, right? It's like you look at it and you're like, how's it? And it's like ergonomic and like, it's a good.
You're gonna stay there for the rest of the meeting, right?
For arms, for exercise.
You hit on the side. I've done it myself. When you're forced to use one with an arm, you really whack when you're holding a weight.
And you're doing
whack
that.
it, you whack it.
It wouldn't be totally, good for you to do the weights like that.
Yeah.
I couldn't get on this.
But when you push yourself up,
Yeah,
they're
push your
perfect,
foot
right?
up. Oh my
Right?
God.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
It's like fabulous.
That's a yes from Cheryl.
Yeah,
They're very comfortable.
it is. If you look at it, you're like,
And we have 2 different heights.
so, yes, so I'm gonna get some quotes, hopefully, I'm waiting on 2 more people, and then I have to put it through procurement. And then, hopefully we'll be in good shape. But they're $200 a pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I know.
Just
I
get
know.
the styrene rounds and.
then
We'll call it a day. I know. I just had this vision and I was like, oh, it's so easy, and I just have to get past it and just accept our fate. But we will get the ones at the library, like those long, and we can fit 3 across and stack them up this way so they won't be in the way. And we'll just be able to do the flip and roll those at least, so that'll be an improvement. But I think the rounds we're gonna have to end up with.
They'll be half the weight.
They'll be better and they won't be like rigid and broken and like, so.
Get splinters.
Yeah.
And they're not that expensive to start.
So moving forward, just a couple other updates. Nordic walking class, oh my God, huge success, huge hit. There's a small group of people that are going to continue walking on their own. We're going to bring it back, hopefully in the warmer weather again, like in the spring. Evening classes, we're going to have to see where we land with everything. We filled up last go around. We'll see if we're not filled by this coming week. We will give people another week to register, and we'll just extend or shorten the class based on where we land with everything. Yoga class, our teacher left. I don't know, some of you probably heard. She came to me on a Friday and I think it was last Friday, I got an email and she said, I'm going to Harwich Tuesday mornings in November. And I said, oh, okay. So she's not gonna be teaching here anymore. We're gonna have Janet come back in November and December to fill in the gap. And then we're figuring out what's happening in January. I'm not sure yet.
Do you know why she's going there? Did you get homework?
I didn't ask her, she saw an opportunity and decided to take it, so.
She had already started doing classes in Harwich, because she brought out cars. Go up for an
Oh, yeah, right.
free,
Right.
class in Harwich, so she had already.
So I think they operate differently there. I think what happens is an instructor comes in, charges X dollars per class and collects that revenue. I don't believe she's paid a flat rate like we pay our exercise instructors a flat rate and whoever shows up kind of thing. So yeah, I'm sure she's getting more money, but it's a totally different model and system. So I don't feel like we shortchanged her. It's just, this is how we operate. That's how they operate. And I don't know if they pay a fee to the center to have classes there. I'm not sure how they work.
They do.
They do. So they, you know, they charge 10, 15 bucks a person, right? So yeah, I mean, off the bat, she's got 10 people in her class and she charges 15. She's making double, right? So it was just very short notice, for me to operate. It wasn't I'm just gonna leave it at that. So we're moving on, we're forging forward.
Don't ever hire her again.
We're going to, I won't say that, but Janet's wonderful. She said, I will come. She's gonna come from Dennis Yarmouth. She's coming from West Yarmouth, and she offered to come even in person. There's a couple classes we have to Zoom just because she was, holidays and so on and so forth. But she's coming to the rescue happily. She loves our community. It just, for her, it was so far and what we were paying wasn't, but she's doing it at her old rate to help us out because we're in a bind and she loves us here and,
And there were these several people in yoga who said they're good with the video if it has to be that. So if the weather's bad and she doesn't want to travel,
okay.
people are good. They like her.
Yeah, people do like her, yeah.
Are you looking for somebody starting in January as an instructor, or do you think this arrangement is going to last?
I don't know yet. So we are actively looking and putting our feelers out, so.
Ken Fishman, didn't he do some yoga for Parks and Rec here a couple years ago? He does the beach yoga in the summer. Yeah.
Something.
I don't know, do you know him?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Do you want to send me his info?
I'm doing
Perfect, thank you, awesome.
People like him.
People like it, good, and professional and.
He did one.
Library once.
Yeah.
He's
And he does every day.
Very nice.
First encounter. It's still with yoga.
Cool, perfect, yeah, if you can send that to me, that, yeah.
Doing it
The
right.
answer is yes, we are open to anything and everything, and we're figuring it out, and we'll kind of go from there, but at least for November, December, we're covered. The sad thing is Barbara asked me to put in her name in the newsletter. This is Yoga with Barbara, but she's not gonna be here. So,
And you
anyway,
can just go through it right without.
just right. So the digital, we were able to update with the hard copy, just so you guys know that, So it's gonna be okay, we're gonna figure it out, we're covered for November, December, and then we're gonna go from there. But all is well. And that's kind of it. Friday classes are still going strong at the library. We have lots of things happening, we've got your newsletter copy and that's kind of it.
Okay. So I would like to thank Elaine, Linda, and Mary Ann for all their help on being on Saturday with our colorful little kids who came to collect food from us. It was really fun. Yeah, it was a nice couple of hours. Yeah. It's nice. That was the second year that we've done it. I think there were a lot more kids than the previous year.
But the weather was great.
Yeah, it wasn't as busy, but I think there were a lot more events last this year than last.
Arlene had something at the same time, Christine.
Yeah,
There was a lot of
and
competition.
last year the thing in Orleans was earlier, so then it ended earlier and everybody came over to us.
And then Wildcare was having something, right?
Yeah, and I think there's something, yeah, there was something in Wellfleet going on, so that's all right. So that's a quick one. We are meeting with the select board next Monday evening, November 3rd. So I am going to talk, Joan is going to speak, and Dorothy is going to speak. So if anybody would like to come, I've been checking like a lunatic on the, nothing against lunatics, but I've been checking it obsessively to see when we are on the schedule, and I haven't seen it yet. But when I do find out what time we're on or about what time, I will let everybody know. So if you want to come and see us, that would be great.
So is it part of a normal select board meeting?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and we're just gonna do, I'm hoping to keep it to 5 minutes because I don't want to speak for a long time. And we're just going to give them a quick update on, I'm gonna say what we're doing that's fairly new, that's successful. Joan is gonna give an update on how things have been going here on the statistics, anything else you wanted to, anything
Well,
else?
we still have to connect, but talking about the uptick in courses and attendance and all the good things that are happening.
Yeah, and then Dorothy's gonna speak about some of the ideas for the future, some of the really new stuff that's been taking hold. And
The biggest thing is
her
supporting
dreams.
and continuing to fund these two positions
Right,
that
and
we're trying to get into the town
And
budget.
we want to,
So,
I'm gonna be sure to recognize the friends and all that they do for us too, so the town recognizes that I want to say you're not completely supporting us, that we get half of our money to do everything from the friends. So that I want to be sure they understand that. So that's Monday night. And then next week, the following week on Monday, Paula and I are starting our little book club Monday mornings at 10, every second Monday of the month. So that should be fun. I think we're having I'm thinking of it as a choose your own adventure book club, so that people can choose, like 1 month it could be murder mysteries set on Cape Cod, another month it could be like historical fiction, another month it could be romance novels. I'm really anxious for it. But it could be anything like that. So every month it would be a different month. No, but it's like read something in this genre. And then everybody can come in and tell us about the book that they read.
But they have something like that at the library.
Yeah, and I guess it's been really, really popular.
Is it really popular?
Yeah, I went in and I talked to the librarians, I talked to people in my book club, which are mostly librarians, about different ways to structure it. And I wanted to avoid, one of the things that I wanted to avoid was a pitfall. Like one of my first ideas was the Thursday Night Murder Club. And I went into the library and because I love that series. But they said that all of the copies of that are out right now because the movie is so popular. So I wanted to avoid having a book that is really popular and nobody can get and everybody's forced to go out and purchase it. Because I think some people probably can't afford to do that. So I wanted something people could probably get at a library and request it, or something like that, or everybody could find something for free. So that's why I'm using this approach, so that everybody can access something.
it's kind of a different way. I think there's a lot of like book clubs that do that, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is sort of a little bit different, but a lot of people focus on the one, so this is kind
I think it encourages discussion.
yeah, and it's gonna bring everybody, like you said, you don't have to buy something, right?
Right.
You can do what you're already doing, share that, right?
So last night I sent an email to 10 of my personal contacts at Eastham. I actually have 10. And said, this is what I'm doing. And I'd like to encourage you to do it or invite other people. And I really hope all the board members will do the same. Do we have any people signed up yet? Do you know?
Do you have to sign up for it?
Or you have to register.
What we would like people to sign up.
Yeah, we don't
We're
want,
limited to about 15 at the most.
Yeah, we're worried about people. Hundreds of people. So,
Yeah.
we want to have more.
danger.
we are gonna, you know, we have so much going on. We have to really chunk things out in terms of time. And believe it or not, the closer we get to something and like when we send it more timely, we do better with it because people forget and then we're flooded. I did post on social media yesterday, that this is happening.
Thank you.
But there's like a whole timeline that Monica kind of
And
goes
then-
with what's
Since
in
this
here.
newsletter, when is the newsletter getting your people's responses?
No. It was mailed yesterday and the digital version just went out yesterday.
The digital version was e-blasted yesterday.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah.
It's just, will people have enough time to see it to get it up on Monday?
That's
And
why-
can register?
Well, that's
Like
like-
Monday.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of why I thought maybe if we all thought a little bit about who we know, maybe somebody who would really benefit from having this kind of social time. And I think the discussions are going to be lively and I'd love to see sort of a range of ages. Like we'll get images of us.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I also think, when we start things, you have to give it a bit of time to get people
Right,
here,
yeah.
you
I
know,
mean,
like,
I'd be happy if we have 5 or 6 people coming.
Me too.
I think that would be,
A good, great start.
yeah, that would be a good start. And then they can talk about how fun it is, how wonderful the leaders are, how much they love to bring baked goods.
So I didn't know this baking is awful.
Yeah.
You're out.
It's the second Monday of 10 o'clock.
Oh, we can get breakfast one? I thought we could breakfast one.
oh, sure.
Um, So that's it on that. On the 13th, which is usually when somebody from Eastham and the government comes in and talks about what they do, we are going to have a meeting where hopefully people from the board will come with us. And we are going to ask the seniors, what do they enjoy here? Is there anything that they would really like to do when they come here? What kind of stuff would they like to see? Would they like more classes doing X? Would they like to come and have a knitting class with an instructor? Would they like to do embroidery? Would they like more active stuff? Would they like, to do more Nordic walking? What would really be fun for them to do when they come? Would they like more clubs with people of their ages? And Paula and I are going to sit down and come up with several ideas of possible classes. Paula doesn't know this yet, but we're doing that. Now she knows. So we're going to come up with several different ideas of things and say, would you like this? What other suggestions do you have? What would be fun for you? So we're going to try to get ideas from people instead of, or at least in a way to let them know that we're interested in what they want and we're trying to do stuff for them and we want to know. So if people could come to that with us, that
Are
would
we
be
gonna just
wonderful.
break into small tables and
Yeah.
talk about that? So
Yeah,
would
we
you
can-
like us to have like one of us at each table to help
Ideally.
facilitate?
Yeah.
So
And
people
ideally, people are gonna find it interesting so that they will come.
well,
and
we
we're
got the
serving
lunch,
food.
so
What's
that's
for
fun.
lunch?
Yeah, they're serving food. so,
What's for lunch then?
Yeah,
Bargain.
yeah, so,
Do you want us to volunteer? Do you need?
I was
Yeah.
thinking about doing soup and sandwich.
yeah, we'd
Like
like
a
to have as
chowder
many
and
people as
sandwiches or
possible.
something.
So if you can come, please do.
So you wanna know so you can plan it?
Huh?
You don't want us to tell you now? As opposed to just showing up on the 13th?
Well, maybe you could let me know, well, if you want to commit now. Or do you want, I don't know if people need to consult their calendars or.
No, it's a
Thursday at 1 o'clock.
It's a Thursday.
I mean, I'll do it. I think we should get this
As long
now.
as- Yeah. Oh, lunch at 12.
Is there anyone else who knows that they are available? I can do it.
I don't know why,
Yeah.
it's already on my.
There we go.
So we got 3 of us at least,
Cheryl, Mary Beth, Joan.
4. I don't know if we're gonna need 5. I don't know if we'll need much more than 5 tables.
It's gonna be so bad.
Probably good.
What?
What do you usually get as a crowd for that?
Probably
It goes
Yeah.
from like five people to,
When Jackie was here talking about wastewater.
oh, that's a big
Yeah.
crowd. So,
No, they're supposed to, but they can drop.
so we don't know.
Oh, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we'll just kind of see where we land and then, if it's a smaller group, you guys can sit, we'll just kind of have to figure out.
Figure out.
Yeah,
Yeah, they'll just have, they'll have people meeting with
yeah.
fewer people, I don't know. So then the
If we
last,
need more, I can always jump in and support, you know what I mean?
Yeah. the last thing is, we sent out the invitation for the Halloween party. And we got a reminder that last year there was a complaint that the invitation was not inclusive. And somebody felt that they were left out or they weren't welcome or whatever. Since it was only one complaint, I wonder how much we really need to react to one complaint, considering that the invitations are sent out to a pretty large community. But I do want us to react and think about how do we react and what do we do to concerns about people feeling not included. And this is in all groups that we serve. I'm thinking about the veterans, the over 80s, this group, any other groups that we have.
Right. So we do cater to a certain demographic of population, right? We provide these programs, we sort of pour it towards that group, right? But as a COA, everybody is always welcome, right? So Beth and I work together.
We sat down and we went over a whole bunch of things. And I spoke with Cheryl about a number of them. And what Dorothy and I finally came up with, because it didn't seem right to put a statement at the bottom of every invitation, because we knew we would either forget one, it wouldn't work on all invitations, it wouldn't work on anything. I looked at a ton of different sites. Mary, I know you were looking at things. Did you find out anything in general?
A lot just include friends and allies.
Yep. And I was looking at stuff in general, and the biggest thing I got was that you should be consistent. So that if you include stuff on one group, you should include it on every group. So what we came up with, and I'd like to discuss it and get everybody's thoughts, is putting a statement on our webpage.
And I think maybe even the newsletter.
Maybe in the newsletter
Here as
too.
well.
Inclusion. And if we get another complaint, or should it come up again, we can say, our website states that we are inclusionary. And we don't need to state it every single place. It's on our website that all people are welcome and included.
Like a mission statement?
Yeah, like a mission statement.
Not a mission statement,
Huh?
but more just an
Can I
inclusive.
get context here? What Halloween party are we talking about?
Yeah.
We're talking about the LGBT.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the flyer and everything. A year ago, there was an issue on Facebook, but it got resolved.
Right.
A year ago, somebody who did not identify in the community signed up to come, and that was fine, and then they never showed up.
Okay.
This time we did the flyer, like we've done our flyers for the last
Same with last year.
16 months, where we invite the community fun. We don't say open to the whole community, we don't say da 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 da. But then Dorothy got some feedback that the flyer should say, welcome everybody. And Joan and I took a very strong stance that anyone can come, but we're not doing an open invitation that this party is open to everybody. That unlike the Pride Tea, which was intentionally everywhere open to everybody, that these quarterly events are targeted for this community.
But
And of course, anyone can show up. We've had people come to the monthly tea. And they bring a family member, or they just stumble in because they thought, oh, that sounded like a good topic. So it's never exclusionary, it's just the invitation is directed towards a certain community.
And the complaint was that it was directed towards certain people.
That it didn't specifically invite, or was a wider invitation. And then, so I had some strong feelings and we've had conversations and I've asked them to come up with something. So every time we go to do something, we don't have this struggle.
Yeah.
Okay, Joe, did you need to?
Well, I was just gonna say, I mean, it's been a very small reaction, right? One last year.
Right.
I mean, somebody posted on Facebook, they weren't even from Eastham, you know,
Yeah.
why is this event not open to everybody?
Right.
You know, and then there was one comment this year, correct?
Yeah.
That said, why isn't this open to
No,
everybody?
there wasn't any comment this
It was
year.
just about, well, it was about a question about the flyer.
Yeah, one
Yeah.
person, there was a question about, this came up last year, do we need to be concerned this year? And so Dorothy and I wanted to take it seriously. Like, is this going to be an issue?
Well, I would say in a year and a half of doing events, it's only been one little teeny thing.
I think also sometimes people just try to like poke the bear, right? They put something up and they're looking to like try to.
Well, I also think, you know, it sounded like a fun party, so, you know, why isn't it open to
Yeah,
everybody?
but we would like
We should
to,
have a different Halloween party that is open to everybody.
yeah,
But we don't exclude everybody. See, there's a difference between getting an invitation and you coming and crashing the party.
well,
I
that's
mean,
what
we're
we're
On the wall over here.
Exactly. It is, yeah. And we did send an e-blast out, right? I mean, so it's
Pride Halloween
it's out.
party, and it's targeted, and we invite the over 55 LGBT plus community, people who are pluses, who are allies and supporters, know what that means.
Right.
And so, I mean, I have this feeling that we're making more of.
Well, I think just to cover your bases, because we used to do this at school.
Yeah.
And we always, when, you know, you had that one parent who
Yeah.
raised hell,
Yeah.
and you direct them to the mission statement. that
Yeah.
Clearly states blah, 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 blah. And that, you know, so I think just, you know, for the person who's poking the bear, having it somewhere.
Yeah. But we just would like to put this to rest. If there's any questions, go to the website.
Right.
You know, if you're feeling excluded, you're sorry, but, you know, you can go.
all or one.
So this
And
is
it says, and this is what it says. At the Eastham Council on Aging, our mission is to promote the well-being and independence of adults aged 59 and over. We welcome everyone within our defined audience and do not discriminate in any way. No one will be denied access to our programs, activities, or services based on race, color, religion, gender identity, disability, sexual orientation, or any other characteristic protected by law. We are committed to treating all participants with respect and ensuring that everyone has the opportunity to fully enjoy and benefit from what we offer.
So that also supports our mission statement. We serve 59 and over, so we try to like, you know, support who we're, you know, it's the whole thing, and then adding that. But we're open to feedback. I don't know if we have to get that specific. Maybe we just say any characteristic protected by law.
Yeah.
You know.
The only concern I have about protected by law.
Yeah.
Some of that's going to be.
Oh,
changed.
yeah.
So is there a way to get away from the law?
Man, yeah, I forgot about that.
I think you have to be, you know, the people who are, people who push are the ones who go in and they find those little loopholes. Not that that's gonna happen, but just devil's advocate, if it does, then you say, okay, this is, go look at this.
Okay. So we have to find something, a different statement than protected by law that's like, you know, covering.
Why not protected by law?
Yeah.
You're saying the town's lawyer, I don't think you need to protect by law.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
We do not discriminate against all these people, period.
Is there any like group? or
Why do we
specific-
have to break it out? We protect this group, we protect that group. We just invite everybody.
Right.
So if we say no one will be denied access to our programs, activities, or services.
Period, exclamation point.
Finish this, right? Yeah.
And we want to break it out. Maybe, and all are welcome. And all are welcome. Everybody divides them, right?
Yeah, like we don't have to spell everything out. Anybody. can have
Everybody.
Whatever.
Okay.
I mean,
No, I want everybody's input on this because I feel that it's important. But we want to just, if anybody calls a complaint,
I want to be able to say, we want to be able to say, no, it's on our website, all are welcome.
Right.
And everybody is welcome to
I'm
come.
gonna put it in here. We'll put it somewhere on a page, you know, that just says like, maybe at the end, maybe it's just on the back cover, you know, with, but I'll figure it
And you
out.
can put it on every month,
It'll just be in every newsletter and it'll be on the website. And then if somebody says, we have a problem,
No, they're not identifying like a certain, for a certain group that this is applying to.
it's everybody.
So, and it will apply to the veterans, it applies to the over 80, it applies to the bridge people, to the rummy cubes.
Yeah.
You know, if you hear about rummy cube, you can still go.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know, you're gonna ask those Remy.
You know, it's rummy cube. And then they can just say, look, it's right here. I can come. But I just think it's important that we have it out there to protect ourselves. If people wanna be bitchy about it. So,
And on that note, I was gonna do it during our announcement, everyone's invited, even if you wanna come for 5 minutes to swing by to the Halloween party, it's a blast. And if you wanna just come and say hi and see all the decorations and hear the spooky music, I mean, you're welcome.
you need help? Do you need volunteers?
No, we're pretty good on the volunteer thing, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you wanna just stop by, you don't have to wear a costume.
And we have an activity committee that plans all these events.
Gotta volunteer.
We volunteer.
We've had at different events, people volunteer. Let's show up.
These events have been wonderful too.
How many are coming? Close to 40.
That's great. Yeah. I bet you'll have a few more that kind of.
We'll have a few that will pop in without registering, and we'll have a few that won't come. Yeah. Fun time, sometime. If you're not doing anything, drop by.
The questions required?
No.
Encouraged.
John,
No, I don't wear a black costume. I'll have Halloween socks on. And an orange t-shirt, that's me. Perfect. As long as you leave it as everyone's welcome. It's not.
take out.
Yeah, no, it's important to me that this works. You guys.
No, I understand. That's why I don't want to list everything. Just everything as well.
You're gonna leave something out.
Yeah, right.
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 That's the risk, yeah.
But then they'll say, the government, our current leaders will say, oh, you can discriminate on sex. You can hire all men, all white men.
And eye color.
No, I love that. Less is more, everybody's welcome, finish business,
Yeah.
blanketed statement, website, newsletter. finish it.
And all of.
I will take their.
Thank you.
Perfect. Yep, no, thank you guys, that's.
And I think
Oh,
that's it
someone
for me, unless anyone has any questions.
Question on the budget. Do we know where we stand on the budget?
Not any updates from the last time we met, no.
You mean the town with it?
Yeah, I mean, they met with the town budget.
We met with Rich.
We gave you guys the update last time,
Yeah.
so nothing is moving forward until they start having the meetings and bring all these
And
things.
contract here for, collective bargaining contracts starts this year, so.
For the July?
But yes, it'll be, we do 3-year contract with all the collective bargaining. and everything. Currently, we're on a 3-year contract, yeah. So we're in negotiations, getting money.
So it expires as of June, so you need a new contract for
Yeah.
July
We're
1.
doing that now.
The 5, yeah.
Yeah, and then Monday, again, that's like, we're gonna say, this is what we're asking for. That's part of that meeting, right? To say, we need these 2 positions funded. That's what we need.
But that could be great to be able to say we haven't had a new position added since XYZ.
Yeah. For the town, yeah.
You talking about your 2 positions?
Well,
yeah. Not new.
2 part-time, 2
To
part-time.
be
That would be true.
Yeah.
But the challenge is, if they know the friends, it's all plain luck, but if we say they've been currently funded, then the town say, well, why do we need to fund them?
Because the friends are not supposed to be funding personnel. And
No, I
I
understand.
got a real
And when was the
lecture from
grant?
Sandy
I know.
that we were not supposed to be doing that. I said, I played
Well,
the
it's
dumb and I'm new.
But it's pilot.
But it's a pilot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's piloted, just like
Right.
the Friends of the Library did, right? They piloted
It's a
it.
1 year.
They did, I think it was Monday, whatever it is, and then it was brought to the town and it was funded by the town.
Okay.
We're just a Band-Aid.
Right.
Keep the
Right.
position open.
And for 3 years, I've been finding alternate sources for these positions. So let's go.
I hope you'll speak that strongly at the meeting on Monday. I said, I hope you'll speak that strongly on Monday at the
Yes.
meeting.
And I'm
I'll
done.
be there to support you.
Thank you.
Or, the, the things that you've been finding alternative funding for have
Yeah.
been coming from grants,
Yeah.
correct?
And the Friends.
And the grant.
And the Friends, so, okay, all right, no, I'm just thinking like, it's probably somewhat accepted knowledge that grant money is drying out, you know, quickly. I mean, just as part of, are you feeling like you're in a position to make it like a step-by-step argument here? Or like, are you, like, what's your?
Well, those grant funds are gone. They're done. They're
Right.
not happening, right? I did apply recently the SIG, not the SIG, the Title III, 3B is, it was reinstated. So I did apply for that. It's only about 10,000, but I went in under supporting the transportation. So I'm looking at a partial funding of that. I won't know until I know, you know what I mean? We'll have to move forward with all this planning instead. So if we get that, that's gonna be $10,000 less. It's not gonna be a big ask. It'll really just be for John's salary if we get that funding, because I already had allocated a portion of it for Kathy's salary. So it's not a big ask. It really isn't.
John the driver?
No, John's a hybrid tech.
He does.
Not for John. It's not
So
for
to
John.
help
It's
make
just-
Kathy
it's
and that
for-
frees up Kathy.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
And just for the history, the reason the Friends were able to support Dorothy and go home is because we had gotten several big donations last year. We had a 20,000. So all of that money, that 30-some thousand, went to support that program.
Yeah.
Are we expecting this
It's not
December
recurring.
to get another one? Probably not.
Yeah.
It came out of the blue, it could have been from whatever, from a
So
grant
when's the
or
last
whatever.
actual time the town added a position? Not through your grant work, not through your friends, just actual.
well, Kathy was added, but it was really like a 15-hour position to start, and every year we've added another
And
hour.
what year was that?
I'll have to look back. That's a good point to know that. Yeah.
That the last,
The
The last-
number of people we serve and the number of programs we put on, we've had no increase in staff.
that's
Right?
the,
That's
that's
the
the thing,
thing.
that's the thing.
Around COVID time.
Well, everything shifted because we had the social day center, right? So that was it. We were kind of a really very different model. So we retained Jim from that to support, all of our other programming here. So, so not kind of a not really, because that program doesn't exist anymore, right? So,
Gonna be a pretty incredible thing to deliver of how many more people are being served than the last time somebody. And it'd be also kind of curious just to see within other town departments.
they have a lot of staff. All the other COAs have so much support. They really do. And for similar populations, the bigger ones, okay, story, but, yeah.
I think you share one or two examples of towns and.
Great.
So I'm all set. If anyone has any questions? Okay. On the bylaws update. I didn't
I didn't do anything else.
I didn't do anything with it.
The only bylaws I could find were on the town website, that little blurb. I looked up bylaws and it just said we serve the such and such population, da, da, da. It doesn't have any detail unless I looked in the wrong spot.
So then drafted to me.
Yeah, well, I saw those, but we were in the last time about how that was a town document and
Well, I mean, this is, the bylaws are a town document. But they're not, we don't make up our own, they have to be approved by the town. So, we can review the latest version.
Yeah, because Joan brought up,
Sent out.
are they completely necessary?
Right, that was my point.
yeah, that was for
But all of the town departments, so the rec department. I don't know, I'm gonna call them bylaws, they call them something else, but library just, they're. And so, and they're all approved by the town, but they're specific to the organization.
I think we decided we would call them like operating.
Right,
Procedures or something like
yeah.
that, right?
And I,
There's just a set of guidelines.
I looked at the borough bylaws and
Yeah.
Wellesley Council on Aging bylaws and what we had on the town and what the rec department uses.
Yeah, so I think it's just calling them something else.
Yeah, right.
And I think we were gonna get you were gonna send out the one we should be looking at.
Thought I
Because there
did.
are 4 versions.
I did,
We did,
You sent out one after that?
she did.
You did?
yeah. I sent out the one that we were looking at. And then I thought I sent out a copy of the town. I can redo it.
Okay.
Let's, yeah.
Just so we're all on the same page, and looking at the same document, because we do have various ones.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, that was,
yeah, I
that was
just,
a few months ago.
So we'll table that for next time.
Yeah, but when we table that for next month, I will send out that information again.
sorry.
No
I did not have a
problem,
chance.
because I'm not ready to discuss it.
Okay.
I did look at both of them, and I only saw, I think, one thing where what we were talking about and the town was talking about. I only saw one section that overlapped or that was redundant between the two, but I don't remember what it was. So I can't speak to it.
Oh, this is your first.
Met on Tuesday. Judy gave financial and really from a lot of the areas. The revenue today is 11,612,800, or 3.45. More than the projected 11,225,554. When you look at these numbers, I think it's going to take, it's overwhelming. I don't know. I don't think of millions.
Keep an eye on.
46% of the gifts received already have been received for the year. New gift giving program to encourage people on a monthly basis who are donating, in other words, to sign up for the year, so much, $10 a month, whatever it is. Largest donation was given by Stop and Shop family of $50,000. Was supported the senior nutrition. The statistics monthly from 24 to 25 home care, of course, as consumers have increased. Protective services have increased. Nutrition delivery costs for Martha's Vineyard is $11. All of the towns are $12.35. Nantucket $19.50, and then ask for donation per meal, $4.02. 57 people are still waiting on the list. Grab and Go Holiday is limited to 300. Stop and Shop and others, however, have given in, and there are more offers from that have really stepped up. Mary Ann on the COA staff is worrying about possible layoffs. There are 8 positions that are available that haven't been filled, and the plan is to sort of like have everyone either absorb, help out with those positions.
Could you just go back to that? Yeah. Counselor in the COA, you said something, COA?
No, CEO. Mary Ann.
Yeah, oh, CEO.
And I was like, wait a minute, I was like, yeah, okay.
Okay, got it. No, I got it. Thank you.
Sorry if I did say it. Of course, the staff is worried about layoffs.
Because the 8 open positions, they're not filling?
There are 8 positions. that are
Wow.
being frozen. There are also 13 people out on, health. Medical leave.
So they're really down over there.
They
How many
are,
employees are there?
Oh, a lot.
a lot.
Oh, okay.
Hundreds.
Hundreds, yeah.
Over 100.
New boundaries have been, printed and put out for consumer policies of zero tolerance. I think when you even go into doctor's office, you see no cursing, no,
Yeah.
no hitting, no,
Yeah.
whatever the case may be. Challenges are still for the increase of home cares because there's a cut in the budget already of the 0.5%. Renovations, they have replaced some windows on the upper level due to leaks and drafts. The lobby has, when you're going up, they bring you into the lobby. They're going to change that the lobby will be available to get in just by opening the door. And you'll have to be rung in once you're in the lobby into the building itself. That's put on to May, and also for the ramps and the railings and everything on the walkways into the building. Federal shutdown, shopping block for Old American Act, SNAP going into freeze. Food pantries and Meals on Wheels will be able to handle. Advisory board, new member came in, introduced themselves. Due to be in November for the 3. The board will report its findings in our December meetings. We don't have a November meeting. We only meet in December. And there was a presentation by Blue Cross Blue Shield of new programs since May 25. Stephanie was the rep, and she was down to multiple reported. They're trying to cut down on the multiple reports, trips to the ERs, the hospital. There's 3 phases that kind of coming in for a transition. When the patient is not admitted, they will call the patient the following day and check on seeing how they're doing if they're following up. The problem is if they don't have primary care or they're ordered to a cardiologist, how are they going? That's why they came to the emergency room. So there runs one big factor. The medication, was your medication, did you have it filled? Again, if they don't have the money and they're ending up in the emergency room, how are they going to do this? But these are people who are signed on to Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Just Medicare Advantage?
It's not an advantage, it comes through on their insurance for Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Just basic Blue Cross as a supplement?
She says it's something that they started in May. That was not a question I asked Joe.
I'm just curious.
No, I was too, because it was like, oh, they're giving all these things.
Who's doing the calling?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think Blue Cross is doing the calling.
Blue Cross
They're
is doing
identifying them as like at risk, maybe. It sounds like a rehospitalization.
And but when the person keeps on red flags, keeps on going back, they're reviewing because now the medical records and the organizing the health record. And they are the most used medical insurance for the state.
Yeah.
Going to the rep, so I don't know how they're stepping up on this. Somebody even said about DNA nurses doing this or going in, and they said, no, they have their own nurses.
They weren't admitted, that's what triggers it.
Right, that's what triggers
So right now, the rules, I believe, are you can be in the ER or in the hospital for up to 72 hours in your outpatient and not admitted.
Observation.
So we're
Observation.
talking about a big chunk of time.
Yes.
If people with serious illnesses were then discharged.
I agree.
Yes,
I mean, I went to visit a kid, it was like,
yes, I've been on the receiving end with.
Yeah, that's been going on for quite a while.
Yes, it has been. It used to be 48 and then went to 72.
and now, as I said, this is what they're trying to cut down on because the insurance company wish them luck, but that's it.
I wish you could get back to that rep. One of my challenges is they never identify who they are when they call. And I don't know about anybody else, but I don't answer my
I don't answer
phone
either.
unless I know. And if they don't leave a message to say it's Blue Cross or whatever, then they're gonna miss that contact with the person. But I know a lot of seniors don't answer either. That really doesn't work well.
Person was very nice to you.
Yes. Yeah, put on paper, but it doesn't work in our senior Zoom.
I mean, our whole healthcare system.
It is, and it's, you know, these meetings are really wonderful, you know, to see what is, to say the least, overwhelming sometimes, especially when it comes to report on, you know, funds and monies and where they're coming from, and where they're going, and who's included, who isn't, how many have we served, and how many are still needed. I don't want to say, you know, go one time. You know, I appreciate being a representative, but it's really,
I don't think they're open to the public.
I know they're not, but I'm saying, you know,
I
I wish everybody could go because I'm proud of our community and we do, you know, the roll call to say who's present. I'm happy to say that, you know, I represent us.
Thank you for doing it.
Because we have a gem of a community. I have said that from day one when I, you know, with Sandy, everything else.
You had said, just bouncing on that, Blue Cross thing, you know, that right now the big push is, food. But also the big issue is gonna be, as you all know, with healthcare coming November, the price of everybody's premiums are gonna particularly go up, and a lot of people are gonna lose their healthcare, or they're gonna lose this, so that is also another issue that all of us, and I say that because I'm a senior, and even families are gonna be facing the mass, so then you don't have health insurance, you're not getting care. I mean, I'm just preaching to the choir here, and then the food, I mean, health and all that, it's just, we're in for a really rocky time, and we gotta work with make sure our people, helping people get their health care, and then, you know, advocate health, and their challenges funding, you know, all those places.
I was just gonna say Blue Cross Blue Shield is ending their zero premium PPO Advantage plan, so that's going away and it's effective January 1st. They're replacing it with another PPO, you know, that will be accepted, not at Outer Cape Health, but at other places. But there's a premium for it, so people will lose that zero premium. And that's a lot of reasons why people go with the Advantage plans because they're less expensive.
Right.
But our Cape Health keeps getting left. That's every year.
It's awful.
Well, they're probably gonna be.
Yeah, and everybody is, so it's just, we gotta keep that in the back of our mind too.
There's so much.
Healthcare, you know, will help with but we're gonna have people.
But if we can help here, it'll help the, you know, and that's the goal, right? Wherever we can provide support to offset costs somewhere else, but it's
And
okay.
people just won't go, you know, it's a choice between food or medicine or anything else.
Right.
Well, that's
It's terrible.
People, the plan.
Terrible.
You're all the nurses.
No.
No, there's nursing.
Yeah. Yep.
Are there other zero premium plans in, I didn't look in the Medicare book when we got it. But there are other companies out there.
On Friday.
I know.
Yeah, there are other plans, but and so you just have to make sure that your primary care physician accepts it.
Right.
A lot of people go with Blue Cross because it was accepted across the board, but of course now with Out of Cape Health, even with the higher premium plan, they're not.
They have a zero HMO plan, not a PPO. As far as I know.
Well, there's Medicare plans and then there's the standard plans.
This is a Blue
That's
Cross.
the
There's a
you're talking about
zero.
the-
Yep.
Friday there's the Shine,
Yeah,
Friday there's a Shine program
yeah,
here,
that's what I said, yeah.
and they should be able to answer all those questions.
Yeah.
Okay. Paula, on outreach and publicity, we've already talked a lot of stuff that you.
Yeah, I did that,
Is
yeah,
there more?
I'm done. No, I've been reaching out about the veteran to veteran program. You know, mostly it's administered to hospice agencies. The hospice agencies I usually deal with is in a transition with staff right now, so nobody on the bereavement piece, so we'll see about that. That's about it, in addition to the other.
Thanks. Linda, on volunteers?
So the folks that are doing the, packaging of food for the home delivery, I actually did it for the first time this week. There's a woman who is coordinating the calendar, and the group that was created, she reaches out to people. So the calendar's covered for November. There's a couple slots open for December, but that seems to be moving along quite nicely. The other task that I was given was to find people for medical driving.
Yes, thank you.
I've got
We've
one.
got one.
And I've got another one who came up to me today. She says, that program that you talked about last time. So I directed her to apply for the job, but she's done this before when she lived on the Cape before in Harwich. So she
Wonderful.
understands the process. I've got two people who, lady that you sent me, no, it was you. Who was it that, no, yes, is a, from Nauset. She's interested, and then there's another
Neighbor.
guy.
Your neighbor's starting, let's go.
Jack is starting, and I've got another lady who's gonna be full-time, and then I've got two people that are gonna be seasonal.
Thank you.
Awesome.
The other thing I wanted to mention is, a lot of our meal people are gone now for the season, so we are actively looking for more volunteers to help on the Tuesday, meal day. And then we are looking for, supplemental drivers for Thursday delivery, because our regular people aren't able to do so. We've got two volunteers, but they're kind of traveling, doing, so we're definitely looking for Thursday meal delivery driver and Tuesday meal packaging volunteers.
What's the time frame?
For Tuesday, between like 9:30 and 11:30, I'd say, somewhere in that ballpark. And then Thursday meal delivery starts, we send people out the door around noon.
How many meals per person does someone?
It's usually between 15 and 25, somewhere.
For a driver?
Yeah. Depends.
Some of them are, I listened to the list, some of them are two people.
Yeah, I'm sorry, meals, yes, but some of them have multiple, so maybe like sometimes up to 20 different households. Yeah,
So you have enough drivers for Tuesday, just not Thursday?
just not Thursday.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Tuesday's covered, just Thursdays. So.
So, and that's those drivers and the volunteers, they
Right.
usually use their own cars. So
Yeah.
we have the vehicles.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
It's a lot, when I did meals, more than all of it. I just curious.
If people feel they can't handle, then get two people, but
Oh, that's just one person you're looking for.
we have, one route is covered.
I got it.
Yeah,
More than one.
We have one, we're looking for just one driver on Thursdays. It's really it's like these two people are kind of, we're figuring out their schedule, but if we had a third, we could kind of fill in between and,
They contact me.
Yeah.
You have to
they can contact
apply
me, sure.
To be a volunteer and be quarried and everything, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
We're all quarried already, aren't we?
a long time ago. Yeah, the town did all the,
I just had to do a query. I signed up for the VITA program. The income tax aid thing.
oh,
So they had a query me, so I don't think I was quarried before. I don't know.
the town should have as a board. No.
Did you get quarried?
Well, maybe the ARP wants to do it separately.
No, maybe we should run some boards then.
I think it's quarried to be on the board.
I thought so.
I
because you're on the
didn't
board.
think we're finding out. Yeah. I guess
Maybe
so.
we should.
This is good. Well, no, but we help the volunteer.
Yeah.
I think taxes are good.
I forget her name, but
I would check it out.
Well, if you just signed up and you weren't, then I'm gonna say,
I have
no.
several friends, I did it.
So
years
you
ago.
probably should.
That's why we were.
Maybe we just been like, oh, they don't seem like criminals.
Maybe we just do it and free up everybody.
We query on instinct.
No.
They seem nice. They don't seem like criminals. Oh, okay.
If at some point you want to do a Cory thing, I've done enough. I've coordinated, I've done Corys on 100 people.
Yeah, I mean, we can do it.
I could help you
so
if you want to do something. I know how to.
What is like a back?
I got it. No,
Oh, you got
no problem. It's just, I'm wondering now, I just thought in my head the town did it, so maybe we should all just do a re-up of Corey's so we're covered, because it doesn't sound like.
Well, I'm the newest member, I don't remember them, I don't remember from.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I thought that.
When I joined this board, we should be.
I'll get everybody Corey forms.
Were you Cory as a volunteer during the painting?
Yes, that's right, I took that ethic class, the state class.
But you were Corey a while ago, because you were volunteering in my last.
No, but as a painter instructor, you never had Cory for that?
Well, but she was
a separate one because.
yeah, it's just Corey number. You were definitely Corey a long time ago when you started volunteering, because before you were on the board.
Yeah.
Maybe the town.
You just gave your life Cory.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna print Corey forms for everybody next.
Why don't you check and see if we need them?
What you do as a volunteer if you're gonna be doing.
And we're all volunteers on some level. So,
Yeah, and if you think about it, you're around seniors, so you can be standing, you can be good.
So let's just do it.
You can be.
Could you give me another month to finish my scams?
Sure, no problem. Go to cash in. Make sure you collect all the SNAP benefits.
I know.
Before they expire.
All the, COVID information, you're taking everybody's Medicare number, personal.
I remember that.
I know, I
We're doing that. Stuff, because we just have to do stuff sometimes, but yeah, let's just do it.
I'm gonna go through the two COVID shirts.
Yeah.
You had three?
I'll get three. All right, LGBTQ.
Well, we kind of told you one of the main issues that we now have resolved as a group, so we appreciate that. I was away for a good part of October, so really Joan is,
Yeah, the meetings have continued to be well attended. We have had, discussion groups lately. We had one on your favorite book, that are books that influenced you, kind of along your book line, book group line. It was very, very good.
Yeah.
And then we had one on movies. What movies your favorite movies changed you, you'd recommend? And so the group was really interested in having a movie night, maybe once a month, with some of the movies that came up. We had a great list of movies. Life-changing or affirming or just fun movies, favorites. So that was great. So they're well attended. We have plans for a Thanksgiving for Monday, right after the party. We have our monthly meeting. We'll have a little craft for Thanksgiving and some.
Joan, you come up with a cute little craft.
Yeah.
And like we said, we asked people to bring food.
And then, in our December meeting, we're going to have a Santa,
Old-fashioned Yankee
Yankee
swap.
swap, except it has to be something that you own or have, or regifting.
Right.
You can't go buy anything.
No buying.
You can go to these swap shops over.
Wrapped in something recyclable,
Like, I save my wrapping paper, so I could do that.
Or you can,
A million bats in the
or
basement.
you can wrap it in dish towel, you can wrap it in a t-shirt, whatever. Just things that are, and so people are excited about that.
Yeah.
Just kind of a fun thing.
And that's where we're at.
And,
Oh, and
and thanks to the Friends for fully funding our budget, which we'll greatly, greatly appreciate. Thank you.
and we are, we did it last year for Halloween, but we didn't do, this year, every large event, we are asking for a $5 donation, which we will then give back to the Friends.
That's
So,
great.
for the big events, we do that.
It's not the pop-up.
Right.
But the events that we fund,
Excellent. That's fun
So
stuff.
we're moving along.
It kind of makes me wonder whether we, as a senior center, can adopt some of the things, some of these ideas, like the Yankee swap thing would be really fun, the idea of just a discussion about movies that changed your life and.
I just need somebody to run it. You in?
Right.
Feel free, we don't feel ownership.
Yeah, I just love some of the ideas.
Yeah. I just need a facilitator.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing, you know, with a volunteer that's willing to come in, because they're doing, I mean, this group is turnkey. They're all self-run. They're coming up with these awesome ideas and making them happen.
And we have a small group of volunteers, so, yeah.
Maybe create a social committee. For the senior center.
That's kind of,
Just anybody that's in, let's go.
not gonna be me, sorry.
Carol?
Busy with the fun
I
things.
saw Cheryl's hand go up.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm thinking about maybe finding some volunteers who are,
Yeah,
you know,
I got a couple of ideas of who would volunteer.
yeah.
But again, if you have people running events, that be Corey. Seriously, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't know people had.
I really did thought that you did all of that.
Running events at 6:40? Is that what you said?
Have a Corey.
I don't have my hearing aids in. Why?
It's better.
I was in a hurry. You get Corey.
They're so painless. Unless they're not.
No problem.
Yeah, really.
You get a surprise.
Really need is a volunteer coordinator, like an actual position. Would that be lovely? Where people are like checking, doing everything.
Volunteer.
I have a volunteer coordinator. Anyway.
I have nothing to update other than what Dorothy has already said about, making sure that we're supporting for food security, making sure that we are supporting the SNAP program going down. Those are the main things that we're concerned about at this point.
Our sales going.
Well, you're gonna give the money for
Yeah, we'll get
paper goods,
Oh, yes,
which was wonderful.
Dorothy actually, talked about that. We did put that program together, and actually, I thank Dorothy because in 5 minutes she got through every vendor that was possible. No, yours is.
Did you have vendors through the county?
WB, I mean, we looked at the pricing, so this is, based on.
Want to be in district paper.
No.
Stuff and shop, and I will put it on there. And I honestly, in 10 minutes, this woman, she's a miracle worker. had it done.
That was an easy one.
So that,
It's already
it's going
set
out with Thanksgiving baskets. I think it was $127.
Yeah,
We
130
budgeted
or
500 so
something,
we can cover November,
Yeah.
we can cover December, January, February, and
We
my,
did think
my
we were down.
number was.
I didn't see that.
Successful ones to continue to come back. I'm sure we can find this. And maybe next year put it as a line item.
Just have our list.
Put this as a line item. This is a program that we're doing.
And then we're just doing it like as we need it and we figure out how we're gonna distribute it, we'll just order that much for it. And then when we reach the budget, we'll just check in.
We had talked about, we need gift cards if the SNAP program does fall apart, and we will be doing it on the 17th anyway, our board. So we'll look at what needs to happen for that.
That's great.
I think our priorities are really focused on the transport. I'd love to help if we could figure out a way, because the cab company not being there, I know that's still North is still working on that.
So yeah, I actually have an update on that. So Truro, Wellesley, Eastham, and Provincetown are having a call with Go-Go Grandparent on Friday. And we're trying to do like a intermunicipal contract with them so that we each pay into one contract where they're administrating things and we get a set rate, but then we individually, pay for our own ride.
What's Go-Go Grandparent?
Go-Go Grandparent,
Yeah.
kind of like an Uberish type of thing. So
We have that on the cake?
do. Yeah,
No.
so we'll find out more details on Friday.
That's great. Is this to bring people home from the hospital? Is that what we're
If
talking
it's
about?
the middle of the night and they're.
Right.
We are.
Potentially to fill service gaps.
Oh, okay.
So, first priority is the ride home, right? But if we have rides that we may not be able to fill, it might also provide a little extra support.
Sweet. Oh, I got. There's a lot of grandparents over here.
There are a lot of grandparents.
And the only other thing is I mentioned to Bev that I would really like to see the two groups get together for a social thing.
Mhm.
So it's a kind of a meet and greet for friends and the away board. So maybe we can figure out a date that might work.
Yeah.
Whether it's coffee or coffee, and doesn't have a formal agenda. I think it's really important for people to meet and know each other.
Yeah.
I've gotten to know Paula. I sort of- And there's so many people that volunteer for different groups and you see them in other settings. Because it's the same people that can volunteer. Right?
I'm sorry, I don't think I want to go.
Yeah.
When you're done,
I'm gonna,
just a total different change of hat, but it affects all of us. I went to the town is in a pilot project with the Cape Cod Commission to develop a climate action plan for the town, which then becomes incorporated into the strategic plan. So yesterday I went to a presentation of a draft of some goals and things. And tonight, and you can find it, it's been all over Facebook, you can find it on the website, they're doing a similar type of presentation on Zoom where they're gonna go over these big picture goals and everything for this plan. And then, because they're gonna see what to tweak, and then they'll be coming up with action steps, and there'll be further opportunity later this year. There'll be a draft action plan. And then with activities that will also have a chance to get feedback, but it's really all inclusive because it's not only talking about municipal things, but it's going to address individual things. And it's like building, the environment, transportation, gas house gases. And do you know that transportation is almost 50% of the gases that we in Eastham? Yeah, and then home heating, that kind of thing is then the second. So it's just really, because it does affect all of us and it affects seniors and the buildings and our personal lives. And with everything going on, it's not gonna necessarily, there's not a lot of focus on it.
How do you access them?
Might be on the town website. It's maybe on the town website, but I can look it up quickly too.
And just so you guys know, they're working individually with all the departments. and
Right.
buildings as well, so we've talked about like, how can we make this building more efficient? So there's definitely steps moving forward. I wasn't able to make it to that meeting yesterday, unfortunately,
Yeah.
but they're actively working with all town departments.
Don't the solar panels at the dump supply a lot of the electricity?
Some,
Municipal buildings?
So,
Some.
Percent.
how much?
I don't
I
know.
thought it was a large percentage.
I think it used to be.
I have the thing, if you want me to send this to you. And they're also in November, I'm going to be doing another committee, climate action committee. I'm only a volunteer for them now. I stepped off the committee, but they're having another workshop at the library on a Thursday, and I can get that information to you all.
Send it to us.
Did they send it?
Yeah, but just send it, I can't.
So it's,
Exactly.
So what is nice about it, they'll do an overall presentation, and if you have a particular concern, like you're thinking about putting solar panels on, or the heat thing that you do now, Thank you. And other things, you'll have an opportunity to sit with somebody who knows about it and really talk to you about your own situation. So I just want to keep that information flowing, and then you can share it with other people.
Excellent.
Thank you for writing it down. Yeah.
On the Angel Fund and trying to get more funds for our seniors, I am aware that the town, the fund that they are setting up for the families is oversubscribed right now. And they have run out of money already. And So my hopes in getting more money allocated to the seniors are not high right now. I think that they would put a priority on working families. So I'm not sure that I even want to approach Rich Bienvenu regarding it at this time. I think going in and trying to I want to advocate for seniors all the time, but going in and saying, we need more money for seniors when they have just run out of a fund that's just been established for working families. I don't think it's a smart strategic move for us at this time. I don't know, huh?
What is this fund and how is it funded?
We were hoping to get to find out more ways to get funds allocated to the seniors so that we could help them out more. They created I can't remember the formal name, but it's a family helping fund, and the town did. And they allocated the amount of money, and it had a 5 in it, and I don't, was it?
It's like $50,000.
And people could apply for $500 per family. They could apply 2 years. And I think that was it. This was the first year that they could apply. So they have already had 100 families come in since July and say that they needed it. So I think that speaks to the need that there is right now for families in Eastham. So I just don't think it would be a good idea to go in right now.
But there's also a separate senior practices.
Right.
There's two funds in the town.
Yes.
One is this general fund for families, and the other one is an existing fund.
And that's the one that we were hoping to get.
That's to reduce property taxes.
Correct.
Yeah, the problem is that there aren't, and the way that they fund that is through people going in and working at part-time jobs. And then those salaries, oh, well, there's 2 funds. There's one where people can send in a check with their tax payment.
Yeah.
And that can go to the tax assistance fund. From my inside information from the chair of the Board of Assessors is that they received very little money this year with that.
Because all our taxes are going up.
Because the taxes have gone up and people are angry about that, and so they're not submitting a lot of money. The other is the place people can go in and work at a part-time job for the town.
Right.
And then seniors, and then they can take the money that they would use and apply that to their taxes. What we're hoping that we can establish, and the recreation department does it, is with people who go in and they work part-time or work at a job and then take that money and apply it, or put it in a fund for seniors. And then a senior can go in and get assistance from that fund.
And does that differ from the seniors who can volunteer within the community?
Well, the seniors can work for that too.
But wasn't it volunteer for the community? No.
No, volunteers don't get paid.
Right, so
So-
that's what I was asking. I thought people who are seniors on behalf of themselves
Could go in and work.
can go in and, but I understood it as volunteer.
No, there's no volunteers.
We should get Colleen to come talk to the board. That'd be great. I think that would be a really good
Yeah.
next step, so that we can ask her all these questions.
Yes.
This is specifically word. What other things can we do?
Yeah.
So do you want me to see if she can come here? Our next
November and December.
November, December
Yeah.
board meeting, does that sound good?
Yeah,
We can
great.
kind
But
of-
somebody has to be in a paid position in order
I get it.
to do that, and there are very few paid positions that they can have people go in and volunteer because they feel that it has to be like working at the front desk and directing people to things, or opening envelopes, or something pretty simple that somebody could go in.
But then we can really be informed and understand and ask the questions and then kind of do a little deeper dive and find out. Without asking for funding, right? Like, we just want information. We just want to know how this all works. So I'll
Right now.
Yeah, well, I'll find out in November or December, and then to your point, with all these things fluctuate, like.
Yeah, right.
This is another place where we might be able to help seniors, afford.
Yeah.
You know,
The woman whose name I can't remember from the Nauset Newcomers, her intention is to donate back whatever she makes on this job.
oh, wow.
Where is she working for the town? Yeah, she's going to be a driver, a medical driver.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
And she says, well, I don't want the money. I said, well, you don't have a choice. She says, well, I'm gonna give it to somebody. And so I told her to check. I said, there's an angel fund. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
Check with somebody who knows more. Than I do. But that is her intention, which I just,
She might want to give it to a place where she gets a tax.
Yes, she's a 501c,
Not the town.
she just wanted to help some.
No, I know, but.
Yeah.
She might not want
I
them
thought
from
she's
either.
fine in doing that. At one year, and she read the newsletter.
Not for us. Yeah, for the general,
But we'll have our.
but she'll be very informational if anybody wants to know that. I think
No, I think it'd be good.
trying to figure all this out, so if she comes, she can speak to it. We can ask all the questions and like maybe get some, like.
I don't know that not many people are aware of the angel fund.
No, that's it.
When we
So,
went in and talked to Rich, he didn't know what it was.
yeah, so
Um,
she's gotta understand it because she's
I hope.
facilitating it, so I hope that
So,
that would be helpful.
programs, but programs, to any tax stuff that, or any tax, assessment, anything that you can write off, all of that stuff has to go through the state and it has to be voted on. So all of the stuff that you can write off, that's assigned by the state. We can't make up any tax abatements or anything like that. We can't say just like, hey, wouldn't it be great if seniors could write this off?
Right,
But that all has to be approved through the state senate and all of that, so.
but if this person, if the friends wanted to create their own angel fund and this person wanted to take her earnings and donate them, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right, like Stacy was saying, yeah, so.
The Friends is a 501c. We are already.
Yeah, they did the fund.
But they would need to allocate and earmark a fund specifically, because if somebody wanted to put this right into, you know, just like food, whatever it might be, it's just.
Is this something you guys want to do?
We just don't really want to get into having a lot of restricted funds.
Right.
When we just donated to the
Very
food thing?
difficult to manage. It's, you know, we prefer to have the funds come into the general fund and then Dorothy tells us what she needs. And it works better that way.
So then it's just,
It's really easier. We already have a transportation.
Right.
and a scholarship. And the more you add, the more complex it becomes.
right.
And she can just give $20 to a stranger if you want.
It's money. Well, it may be money.
I
know, it's true.
She's not gonna get the income.
That's nice, fine, but she's still gonna get W-2 or. Or 1099s.
So I will work on that and I will have her come to our meeting. She'll be here, yes, educating our seniors as well, which it won't hurt if you guys want to attend that as well. But this way, we can have her, we can ask her all the questions, you know.
You have her on the schedule for something already?
She's coming in, yeah. I forget when it is, but it's the newsletter. I think, December 1st. It's gonna be a general overview of everything available, so. The lunch, 12:30, yeah, it's a lunch and learn, so. Yeah, so she'll move to. I know, we're doing a lot.
What if I only want a lunch?
Well, you gotta learn when you have lunch.
I know. What if I only want to learn?
You don't have to eat.
I don't have to eat. So you can do one. Okay. we do not. So we're going to overview the current budget. That's all set,
The
isn't
only
it?
thing I can say is that Dorothy is sort of working on a plan to get the budget, we're kind of in a process.
Right.
And I guess I want to make a couple more comments. Because I think there's been some misunderstanding that the Friends has moved to QuickBooks over the past 2 years, okay? In the past, things are pretty loosey-goosey. So that allowed us to put things into classes and maybe you can. But I think people thought that this is an intent to micromanage by line item. It's not. It's the way QuickBooks works. It allows Dorothy to have clean data so that she would know exactly what is spent by each class. And so you can slice it and dice it. It's not for the Friends' purposes, it's for Dorothy's purposes. So when she's budgeting, she can see what her actuals were compared to the prior year. So when she's putting into the budget, it makes sense when she's adding for an increase and she doesn't have to just guess. One of the problems that had come up, just to clear the airs, and Dorothy knows this, the initial budget that came to us had a lot more increases in it. And it was way above what she had actually spent. So we had what was spent, and then we had a budget request for way more. So long story short, we've all dealt with that. It's water behind us now. The system that our treasurer will continue to provide Dorothy with, break out what she spent. Okay, but it's meant for her. It's a tool. It's not a micromanagement. We don't care. Okay, that's part of it. We're trying to formalize the process because what happened when Mindy was president, the Friends didn't get their budget put together till October. We start July 1 just like you do. So our goal in asking Dorothy to start working on it in February, we should have 8 months of actual. That makes it really easy when you have 8 months of actual and you're comparing and you're setting up your budget for the next. It makes it easier or a little bit easier to do the budget. And this way she can get that request to you, Beth, and your group, talk about, and to us, our finance committee, the same way to look. One of my challenges is to look at what the thrift shop is bringing in and to be realizing that we've got an aging work group. We have a possible move over ahead. There's always that possibility that we may have a gap in being able to run that. So we've got to be conservative. Yes, the Friends has an endowment, but that endowment money has been put aside. That was put aside back when the building was built. I had a long discussion with Sandy. That is our cushion. When I started in 2023, the budget request compared to what we had in reserve was like 6 to 1. So our budget saying, I'm going to make up a number, 50,000. I had 300,000. So we had 6 times the amount. Our current budget, 113,000 to our 300,000. Now we're down to 3 times. So we're slowly eating away. So we just want to be conservative. We want to know that if the town ever came to us and we needed something significant, if we had to do, hey, SNAP went away. And we're suddenly providing 103 people with gift cards of $100, month or whatever. We need to have that cash reserve. We need to have that reserve. And it's not really cash. It's been invested. It was invested years ago when they had leftover money from building this building. And some of it's in stocks and bonds and some of it's in mutual funds. It's not really liquid. So just so that you know what we're thinking about, I'd love to get a clearer idea from the town what's going to happen in the future in terms of, are we going to have a new community center, senior center? Are we going to renovate? We all know that we keep growing, and at some point we may exceed the capacity of this building. We're pretty close now. So having that reserve will help us, because like the library, who was told you need to raise $1 million for that new library, which they did. In this day and age, we're probably going to be told if there was a project, $2 million. Okay, so 300,000 is nothing. So just so people know, we're not, don't intend to micromanage. Just be aware that we have some concerns that we're watching. So, and I'm always available to Dorothy. She knows I'm very supportive. Caroline about the community, Caroline about food security and all those things. But anyway, the process is trying to be a little more formal. so that things get done earlier, so that we can have approved budget by July 1. But it's not included in my commitment. It's how we think. Okay. So does anybody have questions for me?
What's the annual revenue from the thrift shop these days?
I think it's still around the same 50,000-60,000.
Net.
Yeah, probably not net. I don't know if it is net.
Net of
I
what?
don't actually see all the details.
Well, we grow.
We have
Yeah,
expenses,
more, and
we have expenses, insurance, we have paid.
That's all in your 130,000.
Oh, yeah.
113 revenue for program.
No, 113 is of the Friends. The Friends are our total budget.
You pay rent.
We pay rent to the town. I think it's $580 a month.
Let's,
We wonder when they rent.
no,
it.
let's let it go.
Yeah. 2 million, oh, what, 1 to 2 million? We're going to increase it, I know that. Huh?
$850
That
a month, they
may be-
put utility.
$850 a month, right? But
Which
will
is
that
dirt cheap.
stay?
Dirt cheap.
Exactly, we had to go somewhere else. And it's a historic building, they want to keep that historic building, so I thought whether they would keep the rent stable. I doubt it. We're not into anything, they will.
Except that they
Could be
don't
going
have
on.
programs here, you know, it's
But they have to sustain that building, if they only have one, their initial request was to build 2 rentals, right, now it's only 1 rental, so how much revenue can they bring in? To support the rental, I mean, that's up to the town.
Yeah,
Not
that's
us.
the town.
Yes. Yes. We understand.
And that's
But whether that, when that will be done, who knows?
I'm sorry, we have to go because, I'm gonna go shop at Halloween party. We'll be back this afternoon.
Yeah.
The food and everything. It's just, we went late. Oh, very good. Okay, so we're trying, what? We need to get adjourned. I'm not trying to tie it up. I'm just saying, John and I, okay, we need to make a motion to adjourn. Anybody Okay, Cheryl, yeah, okay, I guess we're adjourning. We're adjourning, Carol,